Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. I'm your host, Sunx, and with me today, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, the grumpy old man. They say there's no shame in his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
That's right, Grumpy. That is you. Before we get into our show, as always, we got to go over some housekeeping. If you guys enjoy the content over here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment, so we can juice up that algorithm and get this out to as many people as possible. We want everyone watching. Isn't that right, Grumpy? Everyone.
Yep. Everyone.
And Islanders fans and non-Islanders fans. Hockey fans and non-hockey fans. Everyone watching this show. We usually shoot to have this show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Grumpy, I think that's it. I think that's all the housekeeping. We're good. We're all caught up.
I think you just doing that little housekeeping item is more than Matthew Darche has done as the Islanders general
I
manager.
would say it's a lot more than Matthew Darche has done for the Islanders.
Nothing. It's done nothing.
That's right. Absolutely nothing, Grumpy. As teams around us are, acquiring assets, acquiring players that can make them better for the future, we're just getting left in the dust.
And the teams all around us are getting better.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
100%. 100%.
It started with Florida Panthers, right? Trading Mackie Samoskevich for the 25th overall pick. And X, do you have all the NHL trades pulled up?
That I do.
Let's start from the beginning because we know the brilliant maneuvers by Matthew Darche at the deadline, acquiring.
What date would you like to start from, Grumpy?
I just want to. Well,
I'm just saying. I can. If you want to give me a date, I can put up. I'll just put it because I have them all on Puckopedia. So
okay. And again, I just want to refresh the people who listen to this podcast what we gave up to get the incredibly useless Braden Shen. And then let's see what other teams traded value-wise for guys who maybe fit a rebuilding team.
Or picks. We'll say that too. So here we can just start with June 19th if you want.
We want to see what they're getting from these other organizations. Okay. What was the Braden Shen deal?
When was that made? That was made a while ago.
You're going in the wrong direction.
June 1st. This is the right direction, Grumpy.
The trade deadline. What did we give up for Braden Shen?
Correct. I'm pulling that up. Here it is, right here.
Okay. We traded. Read it. Tell us what we traded, X.
We traded Jonathan Drouin, Gidloff, Marcus Gidloff. Okay. Then we traded away the 2026 round 1 pick that we had acquired from Colorado, and then the 2026 round 3 pick that we had acquired from New Jersey.
Right, in the deal that we received when we gave up Anze Palat and Maxim Siplikov. We got a 3rd round pick, which we traded, also just moved on for to Braden Shen. And that doesn't even include the pick we gave up for Carson Soucy early in the year.
Yes.
Also another 3rd. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we had it here, what the Islanders gave up to get a totally washed Braden Shen.
Correct.
Just wanted to make sure a 1st, a 3rd, and 2 players for a totally washed Braden Shen. Totally washed.
Okay, so where would you like to go from here?
Let's start with Maxim Siplikov.
Wait, the Siplikov?
Let's start with Mackie Samoskevich. That was the first domino to fall when we last spoke. Florida traded
here.
There we go. Maxim Samoskevich, who's a good young player. And what did they receive from Seattle there, Mr. X?
Florida got the Tampa Bay 2026 round 1 pick, and then they also got Winnipeg's 2027 round 2.
Okay. So Maxim Samoskevich is 22 years old? 23 maybe?
23.
Okay. What were his numbers this year, X? Do you have what his numbers are? I'm going to be putting you to work today, by the way. You might as well keep your hockey reference page open. And I'm just going to give you some. I'm just interested.
His stats this year: he had 77 games played, 12 goals, 20 assists. Points per game average is 0.42.
Okay, doesn't matter. He's a young, and how old is he? 23.
He's 23. He's
okay.
23.
Okay. Gave up a first and a second, and that first round pick is right around the range of Colorado's pick. Okay. If you, again, and I'm leaning back into the question, what's the direction of the team? Is it to win now? Is it to build around Matthew Schaefer? Is it just let the franchise die on the vine and disband? I don't know what Matthew Darche's plan is. No one does. I don't even think he knows, honestly. He's making more money than a barista at Starbucks.
That's correct.
That's about the only thing I could say that he's done so far this year. That's it, right? Every single move he's made has failed. I'm looking at other teams and Florida, right? Florida, big splash. There were quite a few fans on this that Brady Tkachuk says he wants to play for the Islanders. Maybe we could get Brady Tkachuk. I'm like, we're not getting Brady Tkachuk.
Well, that's it.
Brady Tkachuk doesn't want to play here. I think a lot of Island fans need to get this through their heads that no one wants to play for the New York Islanders. If they're given a chance to play somewhere else, they're going somewhere else. Who wants to play here? Guys who've been here forever, who realize it's a country club atmosphere.
Guys who are looking for retirement.
Retirement home. That's right.
Just make our bag, play the regular season. If we make it to the playoffs, get eliminated in the first round.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it, right?
And then we got the next deal, which was the Brady Tkachuk deal.
And they get Brady Tkachuk. They give up.
Yep. They gave the 2026. They gave up their 2026 first round pick.
That was number 9 over. It was number 9 overall.
2026 first round pick from Tampa that they just acquired.
Oh.
2029 first round pick and a 2027 second round pick.
Oh, okay. Let's just say for just, shits and giggles, the Islanders, if Braden Shen wasn't on this team sinking the franchise, the Islanders could have put together a package very similar to Florida. Now, he didn't want to come to play for the Islanders, okay? He only wanted to play. He gave a list of 4 teams. It was Carolina, Minnesota, Florida, and I thought he said Vegas.
And now he's playing with his brother.
But he wanted to play for that.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is, if we didn't trade Braden Shen, we could have either traded for and kept Mackie Samoskevich, or we just could have kept the pick, which is what we should have done, right? Or we could have put together our number 13 pick this year overall, the second pick from Colorado, and our first rounder, which is going to be more valuable than Ottawa's second rounder, that's for certain, in 2029, and then a 2027 second round pick. We could have put that package together for Brady Tkachuk, but I'm going to say he didn't want to come here, so it didn't matter anyway. But if we kept our draft picks and used proper asset management instead of throwing picks and money, cap space on guys in their mid-30s, this is what you're missing out on. I just want the Islander fans know what we're missing out on because of Matthew Darche's failures.
Do nothing.
That's what it is. It's a failure. He's an epic fail. And I hate to tell you, he's going to be here for 2 more years, right?
Let me ask you a question, Grumpy.
Hold on one second. He's going to fail out this year, and they're going to give him a 3rd year. That's what's going to happen. Then he'll be gone, and then we got to start over. But what does that mean? Matthew Schaefer is just 2 more years closer to leaving as an unrestricted free agent. He is not going to be here when his contract comes up, when he can walk. I'm just going to tell you right now. If this is the type of team that they're putting together, you can say bye-bye to Matthew Schaefer. Bye-bye. I'm going to Toronto. See you later. I'm not staying here on this loser franchise. And right now, the Islanders are a loser franchise.
Yes.
You've got a couple of bright spots, and then everything else sucks.
Everything else is complete darkness.
That's
just a black hole. Just sucks in just all that just crap.
Now, you had a question for me. What was the question?
Yeah, my question is, do you think that it's better that Darche is doing nothing, seeing as his track record for doing something is so poor? What, I guess, is it like, got to look at is it the lesser of two evils? The fact that he's doing absolutely nothing during, right before the draft?
If you wanted to do nothing, you should have done nothing at the deadline.
I agree.
So what are you going to do? Sink the franchise by trading away all your valuable draft assets that you had, your draft capital, and now you're going to just sit there and, well, we're just going to pick. And I do believe that he's just going to sit there and pick guys in this draft. I don't think he's making any deals.
He's not going to make a single deal. I don't think he's capable of it.
He's not.
Every deal that he's made, he's been fleeced on. Every single one.
Doug Armstrong in St. Louis was questioned if he should have retired. He's like, man, I still got it. Look at this. I fleeced this clown over here. I shook him down.
He's awful. I mean, honestly, at this point in time, I'm about to throw your resume in there, Grumpy.
It's shameful how big. And here's the thing. I know some things that people don't know. This guy's a freaking failure. He's a failure. He's never going to get another general manager job once he gets fired from here. I'm just going to tell you right now, he will never get another GM job after he's fired by the Islanders in 2 years. That's what's going to happen. I don't know why people, if you listen to other podcasts now, they're all saying the stuff that we've been saying for months. They're all just now getting on board. I always say, if you want to know what's actually going to happen with the team, just listen to this show. Because everything that we say comes to fruition. Everything.
Carolina, it was a little late, but it did come true. It was only 2 years. You were 2 years ahead of the curve, Grumpy.
I am the curve. What can I tell you? Let's just touch on a couple other deals that were made because, what the heck, right?
Calgary, New Jersey trade here. Okay. So Siplikov and Simon Nemec was traded to
Calgary.
Calgary from New Jersey. And then New Jersey acquired the Vegas 2027 round 1 pick, the Colorado Avalanche 2028 round 1 pick, New York Rangers 2026 round 2 pick, and then Eteni Marin.
Okay. A young defenseman. Who knows if he's going to pan out? What Calgary is looking for is maybe they can turn Simon Nemec around. He's 22 years old.
Young.
Maxim, I was told by Islander fans, you could not move Maxim Siplikov's contract. You're going to have to trade assets to get rid of him. This is what fans are telling me, right? But here's the thing. I'm not saying he's the main reason, but he got you 2 firsts, a second, and a borderline defenseman. What does it say about Jersey, though? Do you think they know more about Simon Nemec than Calgary does?
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer is yeah, right? He's been on the team for, 3 years, right? They got 2 number 1s and a number 2 and a 21-year-old defenseman. 2 number 1s and a number 2. Think about that. Could the Islanders have made that deal? They could have. If they wanted, a lot of people wanted Simon. Hey, Simon Nemec. He'd look great here on the Islander with the Islands. Nope. 2 1s and a 2 for Simon Nemec. So does that make Jersey better now? Nope. But here's the thing. Jersey wasn't winning anything now anyway. So what are they doing? They're building for the future. Does that mean they're going to make all these picks? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But you know what I do know? They have more bullets in their holster to shoot to either draft or draft capital to make more deals and get established players. That deal was a win for Jersey. Without a doubt, that deal was a win for Jersey.
And Jersey's young and on the up and up. We're going to struggle to make the playoffs.
We're not making playoffs. We're not making playoffs.
We are either.
This team's not making playoffs next year.
No.
They're not making the playoffs.
Everybody else is getting better, and we're just stagnant.
The Islanders are not making the play. I don't even need to see the rest of the offseason to tell you that. This guy's sitting on his hands with his thumb up his butt. That's all I need to see.
I don't understand how you could keep him for another year after next year if you don't make the playoffs. If your team goes backwards, how could you possibly keep him?
Because he told the organization. We can win with this group, and it's going to be the same group for the next 2 years because of the contracts and the term. But here's the thing.
If you say the next 2 years, you have the guys on the team. You're going to have a whole year, this entire year playing. If you don't make the playoffs and your team is god awful, there's no need to keep you. We've already seen it. It's going to be a rerun the year after that. It's going to be the same exact thing, same product. Nothing's going to change.
But here's the thing. Every bad contract he's added since he's been here, Kyle Palmieri, J.G. Pajot, Andre Palat,
Varlamov, or not Varlamov,
Braylon Shen,
Romanov.
These are all contracts that he signed, and he's extended guys, and he's picked up guys in their mid to late 30s and given them $6 and $6.5 million a year. They're self-inflicted wounds. You could have said, now here's the thing. If you were going to just say, you know what, we're just going to be in a rebuild, a retool, whatever you want to call it, and we're just going to, at the deadline, sell our guys who are pending UFAs, like J.G. Pajot, like Anders Lee, like Tony DeAngelo. I mean, that's what you could have done that, and I would have said, okay, because guess what? We're building around Matthew Schaefer, who's electric. The hockey gods gifted the Islanders with Matthew Schaefer. Gifted them with Matthew Schaefer. Because believe me, this dope wouldn't have been able to draft them unless it was a gift from the gods. Right?
It was honestly a no-brainer pick.
And we're going to look at some more trades just to see comparison to what Darche got for when he traded players.
All right, and then Ottawa acquired from San Jose William Eklund.
Who's Victor Eklund's brother.
Well, that would have been nice to see him play for the Islanders with his brother. That would have been kind of cool. Haltonen. Is that it? Did I pronounce it right?
I can't read it. It's way too small for me to read.
Haltonen, right winger, 21 years old, another young guy. Here, this might be easier. Oh, there we go. Haltonen.
Right wing, and Brandon Svoboda.
Yes.
And what are they giving up?
Sorry, I'm shrinking up again. And then they gave up the 2026 first-round pick from Florida.
So, you know what it tells me?
Young players.
What is this? Okay, here's the thing. You knew Ottawa was not going to be, we're just going to make draft picks.
Yeah.
They just made the playoffs. They have you have Stutzla and Sanderson on deals, team-friendly deals for the foreseeable future. You're not going into a rebuild because you lost.
Yes.
Because you lost Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk. So they're adding William Eklund. Is he Brady Tkachuk? No, he's not. But you knew he wasn't going to make draft picks. But what does it say about San Jose? San Jose has the number 2 pick in the draft and now the number 9 overall pick in the draft. Okay. So I guarantee you Ivan Stenberg is getting drafted by the Sharks at number 2. That's a guarantee. The top 3 picks of the draft are cemented. You don't even need to – you can miss the first, 20, 25 minutes of the show. You can miss it. McKenna, Stenberg, Malhotra. Okay? And then we're going to go, as we see other trades that are made, I'll tell you the rest of the picks that are going to happen. Because what's Ottawa going to do? What's San Jose going to do with the number 9 overall pick? They're going to draft a defenseman. That's what they're going to do.
They wanted to get Schaefer last year.
It's the first 2 guys. The first 3 guys are going to be the 2 wings in the center, and then you're going to see a run on defenseman. That's what you're going to see. And San Jose is going to get one of those defensemen, which they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they need, defense.
And then Washington acquired from the Blues, Jordan Kyrou, young.
Jordan Kyrou.
Yep, who we were talking about, right?
Right, 28 years old. Last year was a down year, just like most teams. He was better after Braden Shen left, like most of the St. Louis players. As soon as that cancer got kicked off the team, they wound up playing much better.
Yep. And the Capitals ended up trading away Connor McMichael, Milton Gastrin, and the 2026 round 1 pick.
Right, which was number 16, I believe, overall.
It was, hold on. I don't exactly know. I can pull it up here. Give me a second.
I believe it's number 16.
Number 16. You're correct. Number 16.
Now, let's say a lot of Islander fans wanted Jordan Kyrou. Well, you know what? He's an established winger. He's a guy that, absolutely could put the puck in the net. This year, notwithstanding, only had 18 goals. But prior to that, he had 30 goals 3-4 years in a row. A proven goal scorer, which the Islanders desperately need. Everyone said the Islanders could use a Jordan Kyrou. In essence, well, since we picked up Braden Shen, what does that mean when they get Braden Shen? That means you don't have that first-round pick from Colorado. You don't have, you don't have a second-round pick. You could have cobbled a package together. Let's say Simon Holmstrom and the Islanders' number 13 overall pick. That would have been enough to get Jordan Kyrou. And then you would have still had Colorado's pick later in the round to make a selection. You could have had Jordan Kyrou, but instead we have Braden Shen. That's why I keep saying you don't make dumb deals picking up aging veterans, because you want to keep your draft capital. It's a valuable asset. Matthew Darche hasn't learned that. You think he would have learned that being in Tampa, but he didn't. All he learned how was take a drink order. That's about it.
He's awful.
Why is there ketchup on my eggs, Matthew? Get back out there and get me what I ordered.
And then this was a big deal with Chicago, right?
Chicago and Buffalo.
Yep. Chicago acquired Bowen Byram and then Greenway, and they traded away their first-round pick for the 2026 draft.
Number 4 overall pick.
Islanders second-round 2026 pick, and then Louis Crevier.
Okay. Crevier is a serviceable defenseman, young guy. Bowen Byram was better this year, 25 years old. He's terrible defensively. Greenway was salary dump. Always hurt. Big physical guy. Always hurt, though. Always hurt. Bowen Byram, they have to sign him to a contract extension. Probably going to get $10.5 million a year. You gave up 4th overall pick. Chicago could have just sat there and picked Chase Reed. That's what they could have done. They could have done that. They wanted Bowen Byram. Okay. This is a win for Buffalo.
Yep.
Another team in the Eastern Conference. Big win for Buffalo. This is the biggest win, was this deal for Buffalo. And look at what they got. You keep moving. Okay.
I moved it back down to the previous trade.
Okay. Bowen Byram, number 4 defenseman, maybe, wants to be the guy. Wasn't that in Colorado? Wasn't that in Buffalo? He probably will be on Chicago, because all their guys are like under 22, 23 years old. They're defensemen, all of them. So he'll be that guy, but he plays no defense. Think about what Matthew Darche got for Noah Dobson. Right? You got the 15th and 16th overall picks, and you got a 4th liner in Emil Henneman. Noah Dobson's way better, light years better than Bowen Byram. He's much better than Byron. And he got the 4th overall pick. You know how I know it's a better deal? You wouldn't even see Boston. They didn't want, when Darche wanted to trade those 2 draft picks to get James Higgins, the number 7, the Bruins were picking at number 7. They said no. You think they could have got number 4 with those 2 draft selections? Absolutely not. So Buffalo, Jarmo Kakalainen, the guy I wanted as GM, he fleeced Chicago. I'm wondering if Darche is working in the Blackhawks front office on the side to try to learn how to be another failed GM. Kyle Davidson. I don't know. But that was a horrible deal. But Buffalo got more for Bowen Byram than the Islanders got for Noah Dobson.
Yep.
Those just facts. Just facts. Buffalo's better. Buffalo's better because there was no place for Byron to play. None. And Crevier can play defense for them.
And then we had Nashville acquired from Colorado, Jack Drury, Chase Bradley and their round 3 2029 pick. And then Colorado acquired Svechnikov and
okay. I don't even care about the Western
Svechnikov.
Conference teams.
Okay.
Those are two Western Conference teams. I
That's
just want to stick with the East.
All right, and then here we go. This is
Here's
the most recent trade that happened, a couple hours ago. Buffalo acquired from Washington the 2027 round 3 pick of San Jose and David Kampf, and then Buffalo traded away to the Capitals Alex Tuck.
The number one free agent on the market, Washington got for a 3rd round pick and David Kemp. Is Alex Tuck worth $10.5 million a year? I don't think so. Alex Tuck, I like Alex Tuck though. There's
older though. He's older.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Without a doubt.
So, I mean, how much production do you really think you're going to get, when he's 36?
Okay. What's his average production? I mean, if we look up his average production, Alex Tuck is a good player. He plays in every single situation. He's a leader.
This year, he had 79 games played, 33 goals, 33 assists.
Where would that put him on the Islanders?
Underneath Matt Barzal.
Okay. Ahead of Bo Horvat?
I don't know. I don't know what Bo Horvat. Let me look up Bo Horvat's numbers.
I guarantee you Bo Horvat didn't have 66 points.
Let's see here. He had 68 games played, 31 points, and 26 assists for 57 points. So no, he did not.
31 goals.
He's ahead of Bo Horvat.
Okay.
But underneath Barzal.
Washington has acquired. Here's my point. Washington has acquired Alex Tuck and Jordan Kyrou. By any measure that you want to use, Tuck and Kyrou would have been top 4 offensive players for the Islanders, forwards.
Yes.
If the Islanders had acquired them.
Without a doubt, yes.
A direct rival got both of them.
Yep.
It makes them infinitely better.
Correct.
Did Washington take a little bit of a step back last year? Mm-hmm. They had a whole lot of injuries. They moved John Carlson.
Yep.
Got a 1st-round pick for him, 36 years old. Everyone says he's going to Tampa as a UFA. Everyone says he's going to Tampa. So he's not coming back. But they said, you know what, John Carlson, you're not in our plans going forward. We want to move you. Do it. We'll trade you to a team that maybe you could possibly win. He goes to Anaheim. We keep all of our guys. We never move anyone at the deadline. I can't remember the last time we've actually moved a player at the deadline just for draft capital. It's been eons. Never do it. I don't understand why.
Where do you project the Islanders to finish next year, Grumpy? I think we'll be better than the Rangers.
Maybe. Who knows?
Rangers.
Maybe. Who knows? Rangers had a lot of injuries this year too.
True. And they didn't have a stud on the team either, Rempe.
At least, right. At least the Rangers know what they are, a team in rebuild.
Yeah. They have an identity. That's the
biggest
thing. They have an identity. They know where they're at.
There's a saying, Matthew Darche doesn't know what he doesn't know. It means because he just doesn't know anything. He's dumb.
Correct.
Not that he's dumb. He's inexperienced.
But okay, even if you're inexperienced, you need to know, we need to do something to change the team. You have to have a direction. It's either we're going all in to win now, or we're looking towards rebuilding for the future. You don't have one. You went half in, half out.
That never works.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's exactly right. It never works.
And even the half in part you went was the worst kind of half in.
Yeah.
The worst kind. I guess Matthew Darche is saying, well, everybody that we've drafted is going to turn into a all-star.
We dove head first into a 3-foot pool.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I said we dove head first into a 3-foot pool.
Yeah.
Just bad. Just bad.
And like I said, I don't know what he's doing. He wanted to make the playoffs the first year. You missed the playoffs by a boatload of, what was it, 9 points?
Yeah, it wasn't really close.
It wasn't really close.
I mean, they've and that was even with Columbus falling apart at the end of the season too.
Totally collapsed.
If Columbus didn't fall apart, we would have been blown out for making the playoffs. We would not have been close making the playoffs.
Rumor is that Zach Werenski wants to be moved from Columbus. Got 2 years left on his existing deal. Well, guess what? If the Islanders would have kept their draft capital, they could have potentially acquired him. I'm not saying that they should have. Everyone knows who listens to the show, I don't believe in the quick fix.
There is no quick fix. There's no, hey, fix this is the end all be all, fix all everything. That just doesn't happen. It's going to take time, especially if you're looking to do a rebuild. It's going to take time.
But what was worse was they had the opportunity. He had the opportunity to load up with draft. He could have kept his Colorado pick. He could have kept the 3rd round pick that he stupidly brought Palat on here for another year, which is a salary dump. He could have done that. And then, you know what, if you're saying, okay, well, we're not going to do anything right now. We're going to play out the string, let guys' contracts expire, move them at the deadline, build to the draft, and then make smart strategic moves in free agency. He could have done that. But instead, he traded all of his future assets, his valuable ones anyway, for this year, for a 34-year-old Braden Shen who's finished, can't skate anymore. And he bring in Andre Palat. And that's $12.5 million off your salary cap next year, as well as Carson Soucy. Are they going to bring back Anders Lee? I think they will bring back Tony DeAngelo. I think they will. And I think there's a possibility that he'll cave to Anders Lee's demands.
Really?
What does that say? We'll see. We'll see.
No.
I don't think you should let him go. What's to be done with Anders Lee?
Test free agency and see if you can get picked up by somebody. If you can't, well, then if you want to continue to play, it's going to be on our terms. That's what I would tell him. If you want to continue to play, it's going to be on our terms.
They could have moved him.
Yeah.
They could have moved him at the deadline. They absolutely could have moved at the deadline. They didn't. They absolutely could have moved J.G. Pageau at the deadline. They didn't. They re-signed him. What's the direction? When you're making moves like that, what does it say about your direction? We can win now with this group, right?
But then the thing is, then you just like halfway go. That's my issue though, is like you should, okay, if you want to think that you can win now, you should be doing everything you possibly can to be acquiring players that can benefit your team to win now then. And you're doing nothing. And if you want a half in, half out approach, it doesn't work.
If you want to build around Matthew Schaefer, should you be acquiring any veterans?
No.
Absolutely not.
You could get 23, 24-year-olds that are going to be there when he's, in his prime. They're all going to be playing together.
That's why I mentioned Samoskevich right at the top.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to build around Matthew Schaefer, because you could have absolutely picked up Samoskevich. Absolutely. You could have picked him up and put him certainly on one of your top 2 lines. Yep. He's a good player. There was a numbers issue in Florida. I mean, that's the biggest issue with them. Florida's loaded. Florida needs a goalie, though. They need a goalie.
They absolutely do. Bobrovsky's no longer there. They absolutely need to keep.
Tarasov is gone. He's a UFA too. They have $7 million in cap space. The Islanders have 10.5. Of course, the Islanders have about 15 holes on their lineup. So then I can be able to fill those.
Nope.
It's just frustrating.
It'll be another year of suck. Another year of no progression. Another year of no direction. Just god-awful.
Yes. Just, it's tough being an Islander fan. It's tough. At least you always had the draft to look forward to. You're making moves, and you just don't follow through on a direction. I still don't even think he knows what he wants to do.
Nope. I mean, at this point in time, I don't think there's anybody without a doubt that can sit here and honestly say that they know what direction the team is going in, whether it's a rebuild or a win now. Nobody knows at this point. I don't even think the owner, or I don't even think the GM knows.
Here's all I know. All the other teams around the Islanders are getting better.
Correct.
Can you put up the final standings for the Eastern Conference in the NHL?
Yes. Give me a second.
Regular season, just for fun, just for fun. Let's see what teams are going to do. Philadelphia made a deal. They bring in a goalie, certainly better than Erison. They bring in Joseph Wall. I don't know what Toronto was thinking there, but Philadelphia got the best player in that deal.
All right.
Okay. Can we not? I don't care about the wild card. There we go. Okay. And even the conference, I want by division.
Okay, by division. There you go.
There we go. Okay. Buffalo's got a pretty good chance of going back to the playoffs, you think?
Agreed.
Pretty good, right?
They got better.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa was right. Honestly, I think if Tampa would have beaten Montreal, they would have made it to the ECHL finals. Or the Eastern Conference finals.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
If they would beat Montreal, I agree.
Yeah. You got to think Montreal's going to be back.
Maybe. You expect them to be. I mean, they're young.
They're a young team.
Yeah.
Boston.
No.
I know. I don't think Boston's going to perform as well as they did. I was just happy they made the playoffs, as my prediction was correct early on in the year. I'll never let you live that down.
Mm-hmm.
Ottawa, they got better. Detroit.
Ottawa might take a step back, right? Now they acquired
losing Kachuk. Yeah,
lose Kachuk. But here's the thing: you're going to see Ottawa make some moves too to bring in players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now.
Absolutely. Florida, they're going to be more healthy. The thing is, as you stated earlier, they need a goalie, but they're going to be healthier now, and they got better.
Florida's going to make the playoffs. You're not going to see Florida at 84 points next year.
Correct. Detroit, no. Toronto, probably going to be bad again.
I think that they're going to be better.
Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
I think that they made the playoffs how many years in a row? They had one bad year, and look what they did, right? They're getting McKenna, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they acquire?
Do you think McKenna's going to immediately make an impact on that team like Schaefer did for the Islanders? I don't.
Not like Schaefer, but would it surprise you if he's a starter for them? It wouldn't surprise me.
We'll see.
They'll be better next year.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's pretty hard to be the worst team again year after year.
Right.
Unless you're one team. But
I didn't realize the Islanders were 6th in the division this year.
Okay. Yeah. So Carolina, obviously, they're going to be right there again. Stanley Cup champions. Pittsburgh, we were talking about this earlier today. And, it's the always the age-old question, how is Sidney Crosby going to perform? He's going to be older, right? But, I mean, I feel like we've said that the last couple of years, and he's still performing at a top level. So you have to think they're still going to be up there.
Malkin's coming back for another year. Letang is still there. Crosby, even if Crosby takes a little bit of a dip, they have enough. The job that Kyle Dubas has done has been really good. He turned the franchise around in a year. He went with the youth movement, got Ben Kimbrell there, numerous other younger players, Shinnikov, just smart deals that could have been easily made by Matthew Darche. When you're talking about Shinnikov, I mean, I think he went for a second, a third to Columbus. He was fantastic for them. He's 24 years old. Another guy squeezed out in Columbus because of all the offensive players that they have got squeezed out. Ben Kimbrell, he was picked number 18. Islanders could have picked him.
Yep.
They could have. Would have been good enough to make the Islanders open night roster. We'll see what happens with Eklund and Aitchison. I still think Aitchison, whatever he's done in juniors is not going to translate to the pros.
I agree.
He plays a lot of almost like a forward position, particularly on the power play.
Yes. That's why his numbers look so great.
But so I think Pittsburgh is going to make the playoffs again. Is Philadelphia? I don't know. I mean, their goaltending situation got better. You're going to have Dan Vladar and Joseph Wall as your two goaltenders. That's much better defensively than goaltending-wise than they had last year. Erison was terrible. Terrible. Whenever he was in net, that was a loss for Philadelphia. Is Vladar going to be as good as he was 2 years ago? No. Or last year? No. But he doesn't have to be. He's not going to play as many games. So in net, they're better. I'm not a fan of Philadelphia. I'm just not. Everyone knows that. I think Rick Tockett's a good coach. I'll be interested to see what they do in the offseason.
Yep.
If they, what they do. But they're a team on the rise, right? Whatever you like them or hate them, like I do, they're a team on the rise. Washington is going to make playoffs.
Yep.
Washington's going to make playoffs. Pierre-Luc Dubois was out most of the year, which totally decimated their second line. And they kind of never recovered from that. They made some smart moves, with the trade deadline, moving Carlson, and in this offseason, picking up Kyrou and Tuck. They're much better than they were last year. Much better than they were last year. On paper, right? Everything's on paper. Columbus looked like a lock for the playoffs with 12 games to go, and they just fell apart. You could easily see Columbus stumble and go backwards. I think very easily see them stumble and go backwards.
I mean, it's tough to bounce back from the colossal fall that they had last year at the end of the season. I mean, they were almost like a lock to make.
They lost the last 10 home games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were almost a lock to make the playoffs, and then they just fell apart.
Peter DeBoer comes in at the end of the year. The Islanders lose all their games.
Yep.
Devils, I don't think much of the Devils.
They're getting better, though.
But you know what they did? Yeah, look at this. We were 7th in division. We haven't done anything in the playoffs the last couple times we went. Maybe we need to change the outlook of this team.
Yep.
I think they're too huge dependent on that team.
Yes. And the Rangers are the Rangers.
The Rangers suck.
So,
right?
Yeah, agreed.
So there's your good news. There's your good news. It's just, just looking at the draft this Friday. X, are we doing a draft show?
Possibly.
Okay. Well, we'll have to put a blast out if we are.
I will let you know.
I always think we should do a draft show.
Might be a game time decision, Grumpy. Okay. I'll let you know, though.
Okay. I'm just looking at players that I'm looking for the Islanders to acquire this draft season. I'm looking at who's going to be available, right? Malte Gustafsson. And here's the thing. I don't think they don't have to worry about position. They need everything.
Best player available.
Malte
Take the Eagles approach.
Malte Gustafsson, defenseman from Sweden. If he's there, I'd take him. Oscar Hemming, forward from Finland, is another guy I like. Everyone knows I like Adam Novotny. Wyatt Cullen, if he's available. Tynan Lawrence. Those are the guys that I'm targeting. It's like a 13-player. It's like a 13-player draft. We're like
Islesman 718 says hoping for Cullen.
Yeah.
So
supposedly it's like a 13-player
draft.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, they could really go off the boards.
Correct.
You don't want to go off the boards at your number 13 pick.
No.
You don't want to go and draft somebody like Simon frickin' Holmstrom, who's a consensus late second-round pick, and pick him in the first round. Those things you don't want to do. They're a step, and like I said, I don't care about position. This team cannot be choosy.
Yep.
And here's the thing, Gustafsson is a left shot defenseman. Oh, well, you know what? He's probably going to be better than Keishon Aitchison.
At this point in time, though, do you think, what would you rather? Would you rather the team trade back to require more assets for the future, or pick? Okay, you wanted to pick a player.
It's a 13-player draft.
Okay.
Here's the thing. If they had kept the Colorado pick, you could have done anything. And then kept that third-round pick. You could have moved up and down the board. You like somebody here? Great. We can maybe make 3 number. You may move Anders Lee for a first or even a second. Move J.G. Pajot for a first and a second. Move Tony DeAngelo for a second. The Islanders could have easily had 4 first-round picks and 2 seconds and a third going into this draft. Absolutely. Do you have to use them all this year? No, you don't. You could trade some of the way for future draft picks.
Or for players.
Young players who fit the timetable that you're looking at.
Yep.
I'm still astonished with the lack of direction from this organization.
I'm not. Look who's in charge. Look who's at the helm.
But you would think that's why I don't understand. You've traded all of your draft capital, probably, not all of it. You still have the number 13 overall, but any extra stuff, you moved it for Braden Shed.
I guess here's my issue. He likes to do all this talking in front of the cameras. He likes to, I'm very transparent. I like everybody to know what's going on. But he won't tell anybody what his plans are for the team, what direction he's looking to go, nothing. Granted, he might not have been asked those questions, but I think those are pretty important questions, right?
You shouldn't tell anybody what you're doing, but you should let the people know what to expect.
I have big moves coming up in the future.
But okay, we realize we need to retool here, or we're going to be all in.
Yeah, something like that.
But nothing. Oh, just trust me? Yeah, no. Sorry. Can't do it.
Trust is earned. Trust is earned. And he is not earned.
I was early getting off his bandwagon. Here's the thing. When they first leaked the name about him possibly coming in as a GM, and, I know as maybe a Mark Bergevin as director of hockey ops, I was for that. And then the more we heard about it, it's like, I don't know. I'm not on this guy's bandwagon. I wanted the established guys, not somebody, fresh off the Starbucks line. That's not what I was into. Absolutely not. The more we found out about him, the answer was no for me. Kekalainen and Bergevin said, no, thank you. No, thank you. Did I want Ken Holland and his son? Nope. Didn't want that. I wanted Kekalainen, though. Mark Bergevin. I mean, those guys knew what they were doing.
Yep.
Is Kekalainen the greatest GM? No. None of these guys are. None of these guys are Bill Torrey. But look at the job Kekalainen has done with Buffalo. He's been there since December. Look at the job he's done.
Pretty good.
He didn't want the Islander job. Mark Bergevin didn't want the Islander job. Didn't want it. Only one guy wanted it, Matthew Darche. Maybe because Matthew Darche told ownership, oh, yeah, we can make playoffs, where the other guys were realistic. Dude, this is not a playoff team.
So you think it's an ownership issue then?
I think the owners don't know what they don't know. That's what I think. They don't know either. They're, Ledecky's just a fanboy, and Scott Malkin's basically an absentee owner. John Collins, I don't know what he's all about. Maybe he's probably more involved in running the day-by-day than the other two. But it's like, if you weren't honest in your job interview, say, oh, yeah, we can make playoffs. No, this team wasn't making playoffs last year. Guess what? They're not making playoffs this year either.
And they're not going to make the year after that.
Probably not the year after either.
No, it's going to be multiple years of suck.
But they could have been proactive and say, you know what? Maybe we'll make the playoffs or we'll be in position, but we're not trading future assets for a quick fix to get ass blasted by Carolina.
Drew said here, John Collins came from the Cleveland Browns. Do I need to say more?
Maybe Deshaun Watson is going to come in. Maybe that's their big move in the offseason.
That's how they're going to get over the hump. They're going to hire a whole bunch of masseuses. No.
Maybe that's what they could do.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. I mean, I hate to be so negative. Not really. But he makes it so easy. It's funny because I don't know, X. You remember that TV miniseries, HBO limited series, whatever they call them, Chernobyl?
Yes.
The bad guy, Anatoly. Shit, what was his last name? Look up his name. He was the one guy who got convicted. Not Karpov. But I remember he was the main guy in the control room, and it was a big explosion. What did you do? He's like, dude, we told you shouldn't be doing this. Everything went. No, you don't
need Dialog.
That's him. That's him, Dialog. I feel like Matthew Darche is Dialog. And the other guys are, and here's the thing, you got all the Islanders guys who are there, and they're staring into the reactor like, it's gone. What do you mean it's gone? You don't know what you saw. You're wrong. I'm like, no, dude, the Chernobyl Islanders. That's what we are. We were
All
like
I could think of when you said the Chernobyl miniseries is the part where the guy's talking and he's like, it's currently open right now, the reactor. He's like, it's like a nuclear bomb every minute. He's like, we're currently at 44 nuclear bombs and continuing to drop. That is the organization.
And he was just like, no, you're wrong. You
Yeah.
don't know what you saw while he's sitting in his chair. You have no idea what you saw. The radiation release is like a nuclear bomb every minute.
Yeah. He's like, we're currently sitting at 44 nukes.
I'm just like, I don't understand.
It's bad.
And the
It's
Darchists, I mean, there are some, we'll give him a chance. No, I've seen enough. How much more punishment do you want to take as an Islander fan? How much more punishment is necessary for you to realize that, my God, this franchise sucks? From the top down, it stinks. Matthew Schaefer, I want him to go somewhere else because I like him so much
light on the team
as a player. I don't want him being infected with the Darchism.
Okay, I do not want him going somewhere else. I want him to be with our team. But that said, I want our team to be better around him, for him. You know,
I don't know what they would do. I remember earlier in the year that, maybe we'll trade Matthew Barzal. Why would you trade? You loaded up with Braden Shens and Anze Palats and Carson Souces, and you're trading Matt Barzals? What are you doing?
Trying to be as bad as possible.
Let me tell you something. When this guy's done, we might as well take a shovel to the franchise. It's going to be 100 years before it's going to be inhabited again.
Maybe they'll move him down to the AHL.
At UBS Arena.
They'll be kind of like in soccer. They'll be relegated.
Terrible. They should do that. Relegate teams.
You'd see a lot more teams change their direction and their approach on what they do during the offseason. I'll say that. But yeah, Grumpy, let's get into that.
Okay. Let's jump into our ad read.
Your microphone.
I know. I'm sorry. I put it on. I know what I did. All right. Sorry about that, Mr. X. Okay. It all comes down to this: a best of 7 battle, and DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. The DraftKings Sportsbook app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. Sweat every shift of the series all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with code THPN, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code THPN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Bet with the DraftKings Sportsbook app. My gosh, X, I can't believe that I could not get that out. Could you believe it? I could not believe it.
Read much? Oh, can't even read. Can't even pronounce the names.
I understand, X. I totally understand.
Yeah, how does it feel?
It doesn't feel
good this time.
But we have our disclaimer to listen to, hopefully. Let's see if I can do that right. Probably not, but who knows? X, I tried it before we started, didn't I?
Yes, you did, and it worked. Can you not do it again?
It did work. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it again, X. Let's see what I can do here. It might work for us. Let's see.
Just look at me and I'll give you a thumbs up if it's working.
Okay.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, bet text pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Void in Ontario. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Sportsbook bonus bets expire in 7 days. $50 in predictions dollars issued weekly for 3 weeks expire in 1 year. Redeem one non-withdrawable reward. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends June 28. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Okay.
All right, let's get into some of these comments, Grumpy.
X, that was not a smooth transition to the disclaimer. But
that was
I do the best I can.
Hold on 1 second here while I fix my rabbit ears and this disclaimer for you here. I don't know how these recording devices work very well.
Matt C says every other team in the East getting extremely better. Did the Islanders even finish top 6 in our division next year? We were top 6 last year.
Yeah, I don't see us as finishing top 6 this year.
No, I think we'll probably be 6.
I'd be very surprised.
That means the Devils and the Rangers below us, 6 or 7. I mean, here's the thing. Peter DeBoer is a better coach than Patrick Waugh. They're probably going to play or more buttoned up system, which should lead to closer games.
Okay.
I mean, I just think that's what's going to happen. Rick Roma says, Bowen Byram got a 4th overall in the 45th pick. I don't understand what's happening anymore. Yeah, because that's what a good GM does. They're able to get more assets than Matthew Darche.
Correct.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, the last episode ended in a cliffhanger, the mystery of if there would be a draft show. Son X was last seen shaking in fear, petrified at the thought of Mrs. X unleashing fury of tiny feet and hands. X, is it true that you have to clear this with your I don't think that's even true. She doesn't care what you do.
I gotta see if we have somebody. We might have company over, so that's the only reason.
No one's coming over. You tell them they can wait till your show's over. I mean, it's not like the Islanders are going to have more than one pick in the first round, believe you me.
Once after that, we'd be done. We wouldn't cover the rest.
I mean, that's possible.
Okay. All right, we'll see. I'll let you know. Game time decision.
Craig, the regular human bartender, says we'll be a lottery team next year, and Darche thinks Romy and Palmieri are off-season moves. We are cooked 3 years. Yeah, without a doubt. Goon says, am I the only silly goose who saw a similarity between the Knicks coming back no matter what the odds in the finals this year and the Islanders during the dynasty years? What's the best song by Britney Spears? What's Britney Spears' best song?
Baby. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what that was. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Hit it, baby, one more time. Yeah, that was good. M. Carney, CTO, says, am I the only one that is okay without Darche not doing anything? Only because I'm afraid of the stupid shit he would do if active.
That's what I was saying.
If he had done nothing all year, I'm for it. If he doesn't do it, I don't think he knows what to do. I don't think he knows what to do.
He only knows coffee-related questions. That's it.
And pickleball.
Pickleball, yes. He knows the rules of pickleball very well.
Freedom Fund Adventure. You don't know if there were any comments about what I got for Father's Day. Were there any comments about that?
If there was one in there, I start it. But again.
Well, if anyone wants to know, I can tell you what happened.
No. Don't listen to his line freaking behind. No. Because I asked him multiple times. I said, send me what you want. Send me what you want. Send me what you want.
I will say one thing.
Was sleeping at the switch.
I will say one thing. I did get one card
from Baby Time.
From Baby Liza.
Yeah.
That's the card I got. That's it. Other than that, Dugats on a stick. Nothing. Okay.
I asked you what you wanted. My defense.
I just wanted everyone to know.
No, you liar, dude. I said literally multiple times. I was like, send me some stuff that you want. I'll pick it up for you.
How was that dinner? Was that dinner good?
The dinner was good. And your wife made it. It was delicious.
And let me ask you a question. How was that bag of donuts? You and the other son came over and devoured a whole bag of donuts.
That was even better. Even better. And actually, those weren't your donuts. Those were your wife's donuts, okay?
The little baby did not get a donut. She did ask me.
She was donut deprived.
She's donut deprived. Very true.
She got ice cream instead.
The warden asked me, he's like, did the boys have any donuts? I'm like, yeah, they ate them all. I said, that was 3 days ago.
Gone.
You know, she buys her donuts and she likes to eat them like later in the week. Poof, gone.
Like what we just said we were going to do what the Islanders did with their draft picks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gone.
And what was left of those draft picks? Just a turd at the bottom of the toilet bowl.
Little donut dust at the bottom. That was it.
What could have been.
Yep.
Freedom Fund Adventure says Florida got another Kachuk and the Islanders got nothing. I feel horrible. Just like Grumpy, every holiday, we got nothing.
Honestly, it will be pretty sick to watch the Kachuk brothers play with each other, though. Okay, that came out wrong. Do not clip that.
Ooh, X. What the heck,
same team. Play on the same team.
This is a family show.
Play on the same team. Did not think about that when I said it. So,
I'm sorry. Here's one. Grumpy, how many gifts did you get for Father's Day? Son X, did you ever attend the ballet?
I never went to a ballet.
The number of gifts that I got for Father's Day was 0.
What is the number of items you said you wanted for Father's Day?
0.
That's
0.
right.
I got 0 gifts from X, 0 gifts from TJ. I did get a card from Liza. That's it. That's what I got. Son X, did you ever attend the ballet?
No.
I did.
I know. You like that. What's his name? Sergei.
I saw the Baryshnikov in 1978.
You wanted to name me Sergei Baryshnikov, if I remember correctly.
Well, his name is Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Whatever. You want to name me Sergei something.
No, that is not true.
Yeah, you want to name me Sergei. Yes, you did.
That is you're wrong.
Wake up the warden right now. Get her down. We can confirm this.
She's asleep.
Yeah. Convenient that she's asleep. You wanted to name me Sergei.
Freedom Fun Adventure said, why would anyone want to go to communist New York with all the crime and tax theft? You see players fleeing Canada and certain other teams for the same reason and going to safer and better tax situations. You know what? It's true. It's true. And you're seeing players, they're targeting certain teams in certain areas of the country.
Yeah, but they can make the most money.
They don't want to play if they have their brothers playing where they're going to, lose half their salary to taxes.
Yep.
Don't want that.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame them.
Me neither. Gungun says, what time does the special draft show kick off on Friday? Should bald people embrace the toupee? How do you feel about toupees, X?
No. I mean, Landon Donovan has a toupee, right?
Oh, I thought he had the plugs. Didn't he have some? Oh, it's toupee.
It's a toupee.
You know what? Hey, you know what, men? If you're going bald, you're just going bald.
I see if you got a hair transplant. Some of the hair transplants are really good.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Okay. Well, the athletes who get those things, money's no object to them. I think it's like 10 grand for a hair transplant.
Okay.
I'm just saying, okay, for an athlete, that's like, I'm going to wipe my butt with that. It's like toilet paper to them when you're making millions of dollars.
Okay.
But, I mean, some of the hair transplants look good. Some of the toupees look really good, too. Some of them you can't even tell. So,
State of Survival says, Ingvar will be our savior. Only 6 more years. Mm-hmm. State of Survival says, we paid too much for Shen. Way too much for Shen. Way too much.
Agreed.
Freedom Fun Adventure says, why do you two bastards keep saying Schaefer will be a free? He will. He will. He will. I'm telling you he's leaving.
Okay. That kid is absolutely, you can tell the mindset of him. He wants to win. He wants to play for a winner. Why would he ever want to stay on a team that has no shot to win? Why?
He will not. Here's the
same reason. Why is McDavid not staying with the Oilers? Why is he not staying with the Oilers then? Why does he want to move? Why does he want to leave? Because he wants to win. He doesn't want to continue to play with the
McDavid's gone. Let me tell you something. McDavid either has this year and then he'll be traded, or he leaves, or he walks the year after and goes to Toronto.
The thing is, why would he want to leave then? Why would he want to leave the Oilers?
Eventually, guys want to win.
Yes.
They don't want to be stuck in a lose.
Certain players, not all. All players are just playing to collect it. Some players are just playing to collect a paycheck.
Your best players want to win.
Exactly. They want to have a legacy. They want to have people remember their name for years to come. They want to be one of the greats. They don't want to just, hey, I was really, really good on this really crappy team and I won nothing.
Matthew Schaefer can sign a contract extension next offseason on July 1st.
Will he, though?
He absolutely will, because, he's got to be here until he's, I think, 7 years. He's got to be here with the organization. Team owns it for 7 years. So, but at 25, he can walk as a free agent.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what he gets paid.
That's, of course, within 7 years, we could get a new GM who actually has, something between his ears.
That's right. That's the whole thing. If you see the team in the same direction that it's going now, I guarantee you he walks. I guarantee you he walks. He wants to win.
Correct.
A lot of guys are just comfortable playing for the Islanders because they like them. Don't care if they win or not.
They know they get an early vacation every year.
They get paid handsomely to play hockey and have no accountability for winning or losing.
Yep. And you don't get reamed at all when your team performs poorly. Well, unless it's us, but
when was the last time a player got ripped in the press? Was it Anthony Duclair?
Performance. Even when who was it? Was it Duclair? Anthony Duclair was mouthing off to the coach and stuff like that, had a bad relationship with the coach and ended up getting released like nothing.
No.
The coach's fault.
No.
With Wah. Right?
He didn't get released. He went home because he wasn't in a good headspace after Wah called him out. These are the type of guys you have on your team.
Again, but as I'm saying, though, do you think
how many guys get ripped in the press? How many guys get ripped in the press? He's the only guy in the last 10 years that I can even think of that got ripped in the press by a coach.
None.
Only guy. and he sulked, and he quit, the quitter, and he's back with the team. Okay. Q-Star video says, hated the Shen trade, but won't hurt us for another 4 or 5 years. No. When the player chosen was at Colorado first, who would have been ready for the NHL. No, you're missing the point. All those assets mean that you could have made a run at Robert Thomas. You could have made a run at Jordan Kyrou. You could have taken a run at anyone, honestly, who was out there. Brady Tkachuk. I'm not saying that he would have come, but you could have, if you have that draft capital, you can acquire those players. It's not 4 to 5 years. It's immediate. It limits your ability to improve your team. Gungun says, is Geno Smith in deep doo-doo? Son X, want a sip of this cold brew?
I like cold brew coffee. It's very good.
What happened with Geno Smith? Anything happen with him?
I didn't know what happened with Geno Smith. I can look it up. But
he's not with the Raiders anymore. I know that much.
I don't know what happened with Geno Smith. Let's look at Geno Smith.
Freedom says, wrong. Dobson deal was a huge win for the Islanders. Really? How can you say that?
Oh, a woman accused him of battery. That's what it was.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think people are viewing that a little bit differently than they did a couple of years ago.
I have no idea what happened. So
the remainder of the trade sucked, but AHL and ECHL made great leaps. Son X wants a new car. Going to send your resume to Grumpy. Kiss lips must be sore, X.
You're going to send your resume in, Grumpy. Lips must be sore, X. Okay, so we're looking to make the AHL and ECHL team better, but not the NHL team.
Here's the thing. The Dobson deal was not a great win for the Islanders. It was not. Could it be a win? It could be a win for the Islanders. But as right now, it's not. We don't know what those two prospects are going to turn out to be. You could have gotten more than Emil Henneman. He sucks. Yeah. He's a fourth liner. You traded essentially for a fourth liner.
Bad.
The Wicked 50 Cal says, I don't even want them to have participated in these trades that have gone down, especially since we only have one top 100 pick. However, we should absolutely participate in the inflated sellers market. That's the whole thing. Draft capital. Get draft capital. Keep your draft picks. Do not trade your draft picks until you are on the cusp of winning. That's the only time. Chasing a playoff spot is never, ever, ever worth giving up first-round draft picks. It's not about making the playoffs. It's about winning the Stanley Cup. Carolina didn't trade draft picks at deadlines for years, and they were stuck in the same spot. The last 3 years, they made moves at the deadline. Now they're Stanley Cup champions. Did they all turn out? The Gensel trade didn't turn out for them, right? They didn't trade much to get Gensel. The Rantanen trade, well, that worked out great for them. Stankoven was great. They got 2 first-round picks out of it, and they moved the better player. They won a Stanley Cup after that. It absolutely worked for Carolina.
Yep.
But you don't make those deals until your team is ready to win and you've hit a wall. That's when you make those trades. The Islanders, back in the Wayback Machine, did not make those deadline moves. They kept everybody until a number of years where they banged their head in the wall, best regular season team. Then they couldn't get over the hump. They trade for Butch Goring. The rest is history. That's when you make those deals. You don't make those deals when you're 10th in the standings trying to get to 8th. You don't do that. It's just short-sighted and dumb, particularly for the Islanders, who had absolutely no one in their farm system before this year.
Not to mention you have no shot of beating Carolina.
Yeah.
And sure. That's the team that you're going to face in the first round. And you're just going to get essentially swept every time you face them. It's like, it's so short-sighted and dumb. It's like, woo, we made it. We made the playoffs and got absolutely obliterated in the first round. Yay, let's all have a fun cheer. No.
Freedom from Ranch says, Greer was considered massive failure even last year, and now he looks like a genius. We will see. Grumpy Rupp, who watches New Jersey. Oh, Michael Rupp, who put a comment in there, Freedom. Grumpy Rupp, who watches New Jersey closely, says he isn't sure Nemrick is a top 4 pick on a good team. So great trade by Jersey. Exactly. It's a great trade by Jersey. He has not panned out. He hasn't. Could he? He certainly could. but he hasn't as now. They got 2 firsts and a second. 2 firsts and a second for him and Siplikov. Think about that. 2 firsts and a second for a 22-year-old defenseman who obviously the Devils don't think is going to make it, and Siplikov. Freedom Fund Adventure. I mean, you could have easily traded Holmstrom and a 13 overall to get Kyrou. Would that make the Islanders better today? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you didn't have that backup first-round pick. So you can't make those deals. Freedom says, Darche folded to ownership. He did the opposite of what he said even before the deadline. Okay. I'm going to touch on that comment in a second. Same stuff he said he wouldn't do, and Lou did. That's ownership. He failed to stand up and say, no, we stick to the plan. I don't think he ever had a plan. I don't think he had a plan. And I'm going to tell you, I know he doesn't know what he's doing.
The contract extensions.
I know that he doesn't know what he's doing. I cannot espouse. I cannot tell you why, but when I tell you these things, it's for a reason. He does not know what he's doing. Period. I don't care what you know what? If he didn't stand up to ownership, and let's say hypothetically, he told ownership, no, we need to be in a rebuild. I know he did not do that, FYI. Okay? Then you shouldn't be a GM if you can't stand up to ownership. Sorry.
You put any Johnny pencil pusher in there to do that job then.
I'm here to make the franchise better in the long run. I'm not talking about 2 playoff games to get shit canned by Carolina. That's not what we're doing here. We're looking to rebuild the franchise. Yep. How many years did the Islanders miss the playoffs in a row now? Is it 3?
I think it's 3.
How many playoffs have they won in the last 5 or 6 years? 3 games? I don't know.
It's pretty good track record.
Doesn't seem good enough to me. I'm telling you, he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm telling you that. Okay, next.
I was going to say the contract extension should tell you that it's nothing to do with ownership.
Terrible.
That's all.
The fact that you did not move Anders Lee and J.G. Pajot and Tony D'Angelo.
Correct.
And I think he'll sign Tony D'Angelo back, and you might see Anders Lee back. How would the fan base feel about that? Hey, what are your offseason acquisitions? Oh, we brought Anders Lee back.
We brought everybody back that wasn't good enough to make the playoffs last year, and we somehow think that it's going to be good enough this year. It's the coach's fault. Grumpy, it's the coach's fault. It was Waugh's fault. That's why we didn't make it. We got a new coach in there. We got Peter DeBoer in there. It's all the new coach. It's the new coach. He's going to bring savior to the team.
Rick Roma says Nebek isn't great. He's living off being the 2nd overall pick status. He shouldn't have ever been picked second. True. Q-Star Video says the teams should be slightly better next year with Roman. Oh, my God. With Romanoff back and another year of experience for the young guys. Shen is an upgrade over Druin, whether you like the trade or not. They're the same freaking guy.
Except one gets paid a lot more.
Braden Shen can't skate.
Too old.
You hamstrung your team for years acquiring Braden Shen. Alexander Romanov is the worst defenseman in the league. He is the worst defensive defenseman in the league. His numbers prove that. He's horrible. And guess what? He doesn't have Noah Dobson bailing him out all the time. That's the only reason why his numbers look good. Noah Dobson had to play his position as well as his own. That's what happened. Alexander Romanov sucks. He sucks. They're better off without him. That's the guy they should have.
And again, I can't comment upon that. I was hoping to see him play this year, but he went out.
You saw him for a few games, and guess what?
Yeah, I was going to say it's a very small sample size. Small sample size. So.
He was the worst. He was the worst defenseman in the league.
I will have a better opinion of his performance next year for certain. Well, this year coming up for certain.
He blows
unless he gets hurt again. Then at that point in time, injury prone, so he's no good.
Rick
no
Roma
ability.
Rick Roma says, what is Barzell's value right now? Might be time to strike.
Why would you have acquired? Then it's just even more stupid the fact that you signed. You brought in Braden Shen and brought in
Andre Palat,
yes,
Carson Soucy, and then you trade your best player.
The only guy who's producing points on your team.
I'm baffled.
with the exception of
that would be baffling. And here's the thing, I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
The fact that it was even a rumor was like, holy crap. But here's the thing. Maybe rumors are put out there for a reason because, well, we don't have conviction on what we're going to do. So if we throw a rumor out there and see what the people think, then that'll maybe make my my direction for me.
It's
perhaps.
like he's throwing out ideas and then getting a fan.
Oh, I don't know. Is that a possibility?
He's getting a poll. He's throwing questions out there.
Let's get the pulse of the fan base. Let's get the pulse of the fan base, maybe.
Oh, they like this one? All right, let's go with this. Oh, they didn't like this? Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Oh, my God. That would be awful.
Yeah. Gungun says, you chaps said they will win more games next year, but they won't make the playoffs. This statement is as confusing as a bad late third period penalty by Romanov. I just think that DeBoer is a way better. You're going to see a different playing style from the Islanders next year.
Less exciting.
Less exciting for certain. As long as he doesn't shackle Matthew Schaefer.
Which he said he's not going to, and I'm very hopeful that he does not do that.
But Peter DeBoer's teams play with structure. That was not the case with Patrick Roy. And I think they'll win more games. But I don't see them making the playoffs. I just don't. Washington's so much better than they were 2 days ago. And of course, everything's on paper. Florida's making the playoffs again. Florida's making playoffs.
I agree.
Tampa's going to make playoffs. Carolina's making playoffs. Pittsburgh's making playoffs. That means there's no more teams out of the Metro. None.
Correct.
None. The Atlantic has passed the Metro up. Just has.
Yep.
Rick Collane says, do you think it's a possibility that Lou is still pulling the puppet strings and making moves for this franchise? No. Do I think that ownership talks to him? Yep. But I don't think he's pulling the strings. It's Matthew Darche's failure now. Q-Star Video says San Jose is open to talks on trading the number 2 pick. Well, I think they're going to stick at number 2. Unless you give him a killer deal.
Yeah.
Maybe, how about this? Matt Barzal for number 2. Would you do that, X? No, we don't do that.
I would say number 2 and some.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got extra, if you got a couple of young talented players, I would do it.
I think that they're going to trade. I think that they're absolutely going to trade. I'm sorry, that they're going to draft Stenberg. And then at the number 9 pick, they're going to draft a defenseman, whoever's left. Freedom from the Bench says, what I find interesting at the Islanders and San Jose in the same situation not long ago, San Jose went rebuild, drafted high, and was ridiculed. Gree is going to lose his job. Islanders refused to sell any assets, unlike San Jose with there's probably something else with that.
Well, nope, because it just goes this is the next comment.
Oh, I didn't want Kyrou. Only guy I wanted was Kachuk. Now the big Russian wing, Kirill Marchenko from Columbus is on the market. Get him and Oliver and much improved. White ring, Rush or from Veg or Robertson part 2.
This is part 2.
Okay, part 2. San Jose now has a great young core and should make the playoffs. Islanders wasted years and did improve prospects the last 2. Actually, it was the last draft, not the last 2. The last draft, but we'll miss the playoffs and have all the same issues still, years wasted. Exactly.
And then also this is the last part.
Love and guys who punch faces, clear creases, play D, and are young skaters. Chicago lost that trade big time. Absolutely, they did. But the San Jose thing, okay, I still don't think Mike Grier is a great GM. He got some lucky ping pong balls the last couple of years. He had to settle for Misa. I don't think Misa's all that great. He wanted Schaefer.
Yep.
That's what he wanted. Now, if they would have got Schaefer, watch out for San Jose. They have needs on defense. But Celebrini's great, right? That's what happens. Sometimes you just got to take your medicine. Do you want to have a chance to be great for the next 10 years? Or do you just want to be scuffling around the middle? Just keep on chasing the elusive first round exit.
That's the thing. The end goal is to win the Stanley Cup. It's not to, hey, make the playoffs and get obliterated in the first round. It's to win the Stanley Cup. That is the end goal. And if you don't feel like your team can compete to do that, you need to make a change.
That's right. They kept Lou too long, and they're going to keep this guy too long too. He should already be gone, honestly.
Absolutely.
What he did I called it. Did I not call it?
You did.
I called it before it happened. It was in the tea leaves. It was there to see. Gugner says, Grumpy, can you sing us a few lines from the theme song of Chico and the Man? I cannot sing that theme song. Sonex, is your sense of humor best described as deadpan? Yeah, I think deadpan is your sense of humor. Chico and the Man. That was a good show. Jack Albertson and Freddie Prinze, not Freddie Prinze Jr., his dad, dead Freddie Prinze, committed suicide. I believe he was 23 years old. Matt C says Barzal is going to want out by December. As much as I like Barzal, Darche is going to tank his value since he's so incompetent as a GM. If you want to, is there anyone, seriously, and this will be an off-season question, but I'll just touch on it. How many guys on the Islanders are untouchable right now? Untouchable. Totally untouchable.
Three to four guys. That would be okay. If you really want to do totally untouchable, one guy in the whole entire organization is untouchable. One individual player or two, maybe two, in the whole organization.
I think there's more. If I'm looking at guys totally untouchable for me right now, Barzal, not moving him.
Okay, well, if you're in a total rebuild mode, I would move him. If you're in total rebuild, I would move him.
If I'm looking at younger players, I'm not trading Cal Ritchie.
Callum Ritchie, Schaefer, and then maybe your third would be Victor Eklund. That's it.
That's
what I was saying, 2 to 3. That is it. If you're in total rebuild mode, Sorokin, bye. Barzal, bye. Horvat, bye. If you are totally blowing up the team and trying to acquire as many assets as possible to build towards the future and build a team around Schaefer, that's what I would. Those guys aren't safe. I'm sorry.
It's just so. I just don't know what they're going to do. It's just frustrating. David Sean McDonald says, Grumpy old man, self-inflicted. I can't stand hearing people say give Darche a chance and he has a plan. There cannot be any more lost trades. Every trade he makes is a bad.
It's awful. We get fleeced every single trade.
Rick Roman says San Jose has 2-9, and I hear they're eyeing Werenski. Okay, now see, that's a trade. That's a trade that makes sense for both teams, right? Werenski makes San Jose much better in the immediate. They have a lot of young prospects. They need a defenseman to take the reins there. They absolutely do. And, Columbus, they would get Stenberg and then another defenseman. Do they want to go backwards like that? When you're, again, that's another team. If you're trading Zach Werenski, well, you're waving the white flag for a while, right? That's what's happening. David Sean McDonald adds, Buffalo definitely won that trade. Yep, they did. Drew says, do nothing Darche, do nothing loose, same old, same old. True. David Sean McDonald says, I'm still pissed off that Darche didn't get the right-hand defense from Montreal instead of Henneman. Also, that the fact that Darche wanted to trade both of his picks to Boston should have been a huge red flag.
Yes.
Exactly. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Could you imagine if that happened, if he traded away the pick for Schaefer?
And X, I'm going to tell you after the show why I know certain things.
Okay.
And you're going to be stunned, honestly. I wish I could tell you now because the look on your face would be
my live reaction.
Your live reaction would be unbelievable. Rick Rock says, hi, guys. I posted this theory. Owners wanted Hagens after selecting Schaefer. Boston didn't want to tango, nor did the other teams. As a result, Malkin put Lou in charge and put Darche in timeout. I think all of it's true up to the last two lines.
Yes. Yeah. As much as all of us are hoping and praying that it's just Lou pulling the strings, it's not.
Cold-blooded Clown says, I hope they make a move for Robo. They have enough to get him, just a matter of pulling the trigger. Robo?
I don't know.
Robo? Robertson?
Could potentially be.
Well, Robertson don't want to come here. Ugun says, when will we see the new T-shirt styles in the Islanders Never Say Die Etsy store? Grumpy, back to the 70s. How are your dance moves on the dance floor? My dance moves were okay. They were.
What's your signature dance move, Grumpy?
I don't know. I was no John Travolta though.
The worm.
The worm.
The worm?
That's like from like the 60s and stuff.
The worm? It was not from the 60s?
50s, yeah.
People were doing the worm back in the 50s?
Yeah, what do you think? Dancing wasn't created till you were born?
Not the worm, dude. Like laying on the ground and doing the worm?
People did everything. Man, everybody's doing it.
Okay. I thought that was like a newer thing. Like, maybe like the 80s, 90s.
Okay, next.
Okay.
Islesman says the team needs a couple of years of bottom 5 before they step forward. Too many years of mushy middle and all the years of dealing picks for Susie and the Greens of the world. Idiotic. True. And they keep on repeating it. Jake Kiriako says, oh boy, does Darche look dumber and dumber. Yeah.
Yep.
You can't say that you didn't hear it. You can't say that you did not hear it here first.
Yep.
Drew says, outside of this podcast, to me, it's amazing how smooth-brained the average Long Island sports fan truly is. I guess that's why they like Darche at this point. Yeah. And you hear it from fans. Give him a chance. He's had a chance. He had his chance at the deadline. He failed.
How many times do you need to see somebody screw up before you're like, okay, this enough's enough?
I mean,
it's like you just a glutton for punishment. Like I just don't get it. You just, please, more punishment, please, more failure. Bring it my way.
You said again, Scott Malkin and John Ledecky. I still haven't received your email about me getting hired to replace Darche and fix his team. So Drew is coming on the show and now promoting his own candidacy for the general.
There we go. Oh, so you're gonna have some competition, Grumpy.
Not really. It's Drew.
Hey, well, Drew does technically have a whole entire video out about how he would fix the Islanders. So he does have a plan in place. He has a portfolio.
Who won fantasy hockey this year? Was it me or Drew?
Oh,
it was me. Jay Kiriako says, you guys were right about banking draft picks for situations like this offseason. Absolutely. There are. Okay. And guess what? Next year's free agent crop is going to be just as shitty as this year's because the salary cap is going up so much.
Which means teams can keep players.
They can keep all. They're never in a cap crunch. They can keep all their guys.
Exactly.
Matthew Darche didn't have to be. I hate when I hear, oh, the Islanders are in a cap crunch. Well, you shouldn't have taken on $12.5 million in salary. That's on you.
Aging veterans, correct.
Just dude, don't blame anybody but yourself. Gold should never be to just make the playoffs. It can potentially make Eastern Conference Final. You sell free agents and don't buy, period. Exactly. Alan McPhee says Darche moves were ego-driven more than anything. He's a dumbass. Thomas Antonetti says, gents, I honestly don't know what to say or how to feel. And it's not just seeing these other moves being made. It's that the team, we tried out the same old lineup. We feel comfortable with who we have. Exactly. It's the cul-de-sac mentality. Everybody's friends. Everybody, they're all happy. They're great guys. No denying that. There's just no pressure to win. Doesn't matter. Thomas Antonetti adds, and I do not want Average Anders brought back at any price. I don't care if he pays if he pays us to play. You want to break the cycle, break the culture. He wants to be back. Right now, the Islanders don't want to. Believe me, if there's enough pressure, you do not be surprised if you see something come out about them kicking the tires again on Anders Lee. Do not be surprised. Drew says, unless the total direction is that ownership just wants that slight extra, probably playoff money. Well, then you know what? You shouldn't own a sports team. Right? Next.
Yes. Yeah, agreed. I did want to play this one here. Drew said, there are two separate things, LOL. Grumpy's going to show up to his interview and Malkin's going to say, going to be like, so what's your credentials? I beat Drew in fantasy hockey one year. His other credentials going to be, look at my head. I fit into the caliber of your last two GMs.
There you go.
Yep. So he'll be
smarter than they are
on the spot.
And here's the thing: I do a hell of a press conference.
Oh my god, Grumpy would be getting fined left and right from the league.
Islesman says this lineup in the foreseeable future can't beat Carolina, Florida, Montreal in a series, so don't buy at the deadline and should be selling any vet a team wants for futures or young prospects. Exactly. That's what they should have been doing this for the last 3 or 4 years.
Correct.
It was obvious the team was in decline. Even when Lamoriello was here, he kept on doubling down, kept on not moving free agents.
It was a poor attempt to try and keep his job. That was all it was. It was an attempt to try and keep his employment. Hey, I need the playoffs. You want to sign me on for more years?
Playoffs.
Pathetic.
That never gets old, Jim Mora. Drew says, playoff revenue, I just don't understand what this team is doing. I'd rather win like 17 games in a season and have a top 5 pick than be stuck in the situation we're in. Okay. You don't want to be where the Islanders used to be, where they never spent any money ever, and they were picking in the top 5 every year. That's not good either. But here's the thing. This ownership group has shown that, and they are willing to spend money. The previous ownership groups were not. So it's totally different. If you went back and you started over, just like I thought the Islanders should have done a rebuild when Lamoriello came in. They should have started a rebuild because I didn't think the players on the team were good enough to win anything. Again, the country club attitude on this team. When you lose a lot, it's ingrained in you. It means nothing if you lose.
And that's why you get the caliber of player that you get.
And it just, well, you know what? All right, we lost.
Because there's an MO around the Islanders organization and around the league that it's like, okay, that's where you go if you just want to end your career, if you're just happy to just play.
No one wants to leave here. They don't want to leave.
There's a reason for it.
JG Pajot, no problem signing back.
It's cushy.
He wants to win a cup. If he wanted to win a cup, he wouldn't sign back with us.
Nope.
Anders Lee, I don't think he wants to win a cup. Wants to come back here. Wants to stay here. Josh Bailey didn't want to leave. Probably tanked his PTO with Ottawa just so he'd get back and cook the burgers up for the boys.
God.
David Shaw McDonald says, wow, the Caps got Tuck as well. Jesus. Only this franchise could utterly screw up a no-brainer situation. We know what direction. Oh, it's totally down.
Yep.
House Man says the Islanders and the Rangers race to the bottom.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
maybe. Okay, who's the other team that you think would be down there with the Rangers? New Jersey, maybe.
Maybe
Philadelphia.
No,
I think Philadelphia's gonna be better than us.
I don't have no faith in Jersey.
Well, okay, that's what I would say. Is maybe Jersey would be the other team below.
Again, here's
maybe Columbus. Maybe
Jersey's always has a boatload of players hurt. If Jack Hughes stays healthy, Jersey's a pretty good team. If he gets injured, they're not.
Yeah,
they're like I said, they're too Hughes centric on that team.
Yep.
Brett Weiner says, I was so happy when they fired the old man. Now I'm more frustrated with this team than I was with Lou. Thomas Antonetti says, as negative as I feel, and as much as I like to just shit on this team and their chances, I still love to see Robertson from Dallas or Nyes, the winger from Toronto, on this team. I'd be a bit happier. Okay. Jason Robertson is not coming here. Matthew Nyes, I think what I heard Elliot Friedman say was they're not looking to move Matthew Nyes, a young power forward, but, if you blow him away with an offer, they'd consider it. The Islanders don't have the ammunition to blow away anyone for any deal. That's what happens when you trade first to second to third for a washed-up forward. That's what happens when you trade a third for Carson Soucy. You're limiting your options. You're limiting your ability to make deals. That's what happens. Thomas Antonelli says, seeing Eklund get moved for essentially Ottawa's first-round pick makes me think we could have had him for our number 13. I think we all would have been okay with that, but alas, there's another chance. Yeah.
I would love to see the brothers play with each other.
I don't think there's any way that that Darche was going to move that number 13 pick. No way. Not after moving Colorado's pick. That he's like, even I know I can't do this. That's what I think.
Yep.
Okay. Thomas Antonetti adds, gents, don't fret. While other teams are making significant upgrades to their team on the ice, we have trumped them all with our new first-time director of player personnel. Watch out, league. Yeah, you know what? I don't even know his name yet.
Oh my God.
He's another French Canadian, though. I can tell you that much.
I thought that comment was really funny.
When was the last time French Canada won a Stanley Cup? 1993. That's when.
Remember, they don't want Canada winning.
True. David Sean McDonald says there's this kid named DuPont coming out of next year's draft. Yeah, this draft is supposedly is more talented than this one next year.
Wow.
Particularly at the top. Particularly at the top. So that should be good news for Islander fans because
we'll have something to look forward to when we were getting a lottery pick next year.
Tom Santanelli says, how can anyone think the Owls would even sniff the playoffs this upcoming season? Even the most ardent supporters have to be realistic and understand that this is a long, gray, ugly season. Yeah.
Agreed.
And it all started on deadline day. That was it. That was it. Drew says, I'll just assume on draft night, Darche will take the wrong guy. LOL. I don't think so. I hope not.
I think he'll pick the correct player. I would hope he would. And only because it's like a fantasy draft, right? It's just, okay, we're picking the next best guy up. Right?
Possibly. Read this one, X.
Islesman718 says, I'd love for Dax Rudolph, but 1% chance he is there.
He won't be there at 13.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Let's say you fell in love with Dax Rudolph or Keaton Verhoff or Wyatt Cullen, and man, we can move up 2 or 3 spots. We get that guy we really want. Well, when you don't have that draft capital, you can't move up in the draft either.
Agreed.
So you're stuck, and you got to wait. Hope somebody, maybe somebody does fall that they really like. I mean,
but you limit yourself. You don't have that option anymore.
That's right. You limit your opportunities to get better. That's what you do. Teams do it all the time. Oh, why did they move up 2 spots? They gave up a 3rd round pick to move up 2 spots. Yeah, because they had somebody probably targeted top 5 on their board, and they're picking at 15, and they said, let's get up to 13 and make that deal. That's the type of thing you do. Isles Hub New York says the Caps did a master class of asset management, of trading vets to get assets and use them. Absolutely. They turned that team around in 2 years. 2 years. David Sean McDonald says, Ottawa's pushing hard for Robertson. That's smart by Ottawa. Very smart. Like I said, there's no way Ottawa's sitting on their hands just using up these draft picks. That's not happening. That's absolutely not happening. They know their time to win is now. They got all those young guys on really team-friendly deals or cap-friendly deals going forward, right?
Yep, so they need to make a big move now.
Drew says the Capitals have been doing a masterclass in asset management since 2019. Well, a little bit after that, actually. 2 years ago. Everything that they did. I love what they did 2 years ago. I was poo-pooed. I was crapped on by many people thinking, man, Capitals going to be good. Going to be really good. Everybody dumped on me. Pierre-Luc Dubois sucks. I'm like, yeah, you don't know that. And they were really good. Last year, they took a step back. This year, they're back in the playoffs. Freedom Fund Event says, my hope is that all teams around us get better, forces the Islanders to say, we can't do it. I need to rebuild. Ownership keeps forcing them to try to make the playoffs, and it's just a toilet bowl that won't flush.
Agreed.
Matthew Schaefer, see you later. Islesman says, Blues Armstrong was the master class for first-rounders. Yeah. Pretty good. Now, are they going to use 4 first-rounders? Probably not. You might see him trade for a first-rounder next year or, a player or whatever. You might see that. St. Louis has a plan. We're in rebuild. Everyone's available. Braden Shen, obviously totally cashed. He knew what he was doing. Can we find a sucker in the league? Oh, yeah. Matthew Darche. There he is. I mean, Kyrou didn't want to be here. Got a first-round pick for him, the player. Connor McMichael, is he great? Just as good as Casper Holmstrom. Basically same guy, right? Drafted in the same region. I always could have had Kyrou if they wanted. They could have had Robert Thomas if they wanted. They chose not to.
Yep.
If you told me they were getting Robert Thomas as opposed to Braden Shen, I'm 100% behind that.
On board for that. Absolutely.
Or him and Kyrou, 100% behind that.
Yep.
Because they're 28 years old and they're locked in on good contracts for the next 4 or 5 years.
Correct.
Those are guys you can build around.
Correct.
David Sean McDonald says, this is a severe lack of common sense, grumpy old man. Very, very true. Freedom Fund Adventure says, I think all the dumb fans who wanted the sugar rush of wins at the end of the year and didn't care about draft position still won't be smart enough to know that picking 13 leaves us with one good player, if not ideal. is not ideal. It's not ideal.
And that was the thing that you had referenced to. You said, what's the worst possible thing that could happen for the Islanders is that we get close to making the playoffs, we trade away a whole bunch of assets to try and get into the playoffs, and we don't make it, which is exactly
worst case scenario.
Which is exactly what happened.
When was I calling that worst case scenario? Do you remember? Was it December?
I think so. Yeah.
Like I said, way ahead of the curve.
It was.
Here's the thing: you could see it from 100 miles away.
You could smell the stench.
100 miles away. I could smell the stink on him. I could smell the stink on you.
Mm-hmm.
What movie is that from, X?
Don't know.
What you smell the stink? Oh, we broke up. What you smell the stink on you?
I don't know. Oh, 4 Christmases.
That's right, 4 Christmases. Sean McDonald says, I wanted Kakalainen. Yeah, absolutely. He didn't want it. He did not want to be GM of the Islanders. Freedom Fund Adventure says Mayfield and Pulak refuse to waive. You don't need to be nice. Apply every bit of pressure until they waive. They are miserable and waive them. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of things you can do. What did Tampa do? Ryan McDonough. Yeah, you don't want to take this deal. We're going to plop you on waivers and you're going to get picked by San Jose. Ooh, all of a sudden, Nashville didn't look so bad. Nashville didn't look so bad, right? Mm-hmm. And then Sean McDonough came running back to them after that. Oh, nobody's going to want to play for Tampa. Yeah, that's horseshit. You want to know why people want to play for Tampa? Because they win.
Yep.
Why do you think? Look at all these good players, where they want to go. Carolina, Florida, Vegas, Minnesota. Minnesota's surprising because they haven't won anything. But Minnesota's in the right
up and up, though. Yeah.
Minnesota took their medicine years ago, waiving Suter and Parise, and had cap hits of like $13 or $14 million for years when the cap was low. And they had to eat that every year. But now look at them.
Yep.
Quinn Hughes. Think about that.
Better.
Jake Kiriako says, we should have gotten Kakalainen. I'm envious of how he turned around Buffalo. Yeah, as soon as he showed up, they played better. Jake also adds, what Grumpy is a post-coital glow after Carolina won the cup. I'm glad Carolina won the cup. Absolutely. Absolutely. Drew says, someone out decrepit Jerry Judy out on somebody out decrepit. Jerry Judy out on skates. He'll skate faster than 90% of our roster.
It's not surprising.
I mean, I don't think it's not running people over in the streets, is he? Isn't that what happened? He killed somebody, right? So he's in jail, right?
Yes.
No, not Jerry Judy. That was
what's his name?
Ruggs?
Yes, Henry Ruggs III.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what Jerry Judy did besides just be crappy. David Sean McDonald said the thing is we could have made the playoffs. Darche steered us into the iceberg in the only iceberg in the entire ocean. Braden Shen. Jake Kariakis says, if the Islanders trade Barzell, we riot. Freedom Fund Ranch says, Grumpy loves to push worst-case scenarios, but 27 won't be back. We'll see. Yes, the Islanders should have sold, but ownership won't allow it. Not Darche. It's the owner's direction is to try to make the playoffs for playoff revenue.
Which is short-sighted. Very, very, very short-sighted. And guess what? Your objective as being a owner of a sports franchise should not be to make money off of it. It should be to produce a good team. That's how you generate the money.
You figure they're making money out of the project that they built with all the shopping there. That's what they should be making their money on.
Right.
David Sean McDonald says, Grumpy old man, that's blasphemy. I don't know which one. Maybe saying Schaefer's going to leave.
Potentially. Or, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. If the Islanders build a team, if they continue this no direction stuff, he ain't staying. I'm telling you. Ziggy Palffy, right? How many years did he play on miserable teams? He wanted out at the end. And Ziggy Palffy fan says, not good enough to win before Schaefer cost money and not cheap enough. Not enough cheap young talent coming in 2 years when he will cost a
crap ton of money.
Right. A whole lot of money. And that's exactly right. You got him for free, basically. Now, that next contract, what's he going to make? 10, 12, $13 million?
Minimum.
I mean,
he'll make a bag for sure.
And then that's going to limit what you can do.
Yep.
Particularly when you still got guys like Adam Pelech and Ryan Pulak and Pierre Engvall and Romanoff on your team. And Mayfield will still be here then. Think about that. David Sean McDonald says, might as well bring back the fisherman sweater. I know.
That is a great idea, actually.
I like the fish. I never hated the fisherman sweater like that.
It's phenomenal. It's just different.
Just different.
That's what makes it nice. It's like it's unique.
I'll never forget Bill Clement saying, oh, man, I love these unis. Great for Islander fans. I remember when they unveiled it. I'm like, oh, man, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Everybody's like,
it was a playoff. It was a playoff game. It was at a playoff game. I think it was Washington, Philadelphia, because the Islanders certainly were in the playoffs. And he talked during like a first period intermission. They whipped out the jersey. I'm like, oh man, that's pretty neat. I like it.
One of those.
David Sean McDonald says, I'd like to hear old TJ's take. I miss his botched ad reads.
Oh my God. Well, it was better than the 7-minute break we had between
it was
ad read and then the disclosure.
I should have had it lined up before and I didn't. Drew says we need TJ reading the script again. We have AI taking over our podcast now. Well, that's what they want.
Yeah.
Freedom says, I think the retool option is gone. True. It must now be a rebuild. True. Yep. Smallest, oldest, softest team and with little hope of improvement until the prospects arrive. And that's it. They're counting on everyone to pan out.
Correct.
If everyone pans out, the Islanders are in okay shape. What are the chances of that?
Zero.
Islesman says, would we hate it if the Islanders drafted Ryan Lynn? Abso-freaking-lutely. Small, but supposedly good at positioning in the D zone to make up for it, and very good offensively. Right-handed defense is a major need.
Too
not
tiny.
For need.
Too tiny.
For need. To me, Ryan Lynn is off my list. He's off my list.
He's going to get pushed around like a child.
He's too small.
Correct.
If you like Lane Hudson or that type of player, then you'll like Ryan Lynn.
You saw what what's his face did for Carolina to Lane Hudson. Who was it?
He was on his ass the whole series.
I'm drawing Stahl. What Stahl did him? He shoved him down with one hand. Shoved him down to the ground with one hand.
It's like a man and a boy.
Yeah. When it comes to playoff time, that guy's going to be invisible, and that's exactly what he was.
Lane Hudson, I don't like Lane Hudson. Now, Lane Hudson's great for fantasy.
Sure.
He's great in regular season.
Sure.
Come playoff time.
Not playoff time. No. And that's the thing. You're building your team for the playoffs. You're not building them for regular season. Oh, we put up a ton of points in regular season. Well, that's great. That didn't win you anything.
Not at number 13. Like if you had a second round pick, I'd do it then. But I'm not burning my first round pick on that guy. Like I said, Gustafson is the guy. Okay. Ryan Lynn is not going to be able to play that role on the Islanders. No. His role. Why?
You already have
Matthew Schaefer. Matthew Schaefer gets all those minutes. Keyshawn Aitchison is not going to put up points in juniors like he did in the NHL, in the juniors. Yeah. He's never going to be on the number one power play unit ever. Yep. He plays down low on the power play in juniors. It's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen in the pros. Islesman said, one pick in the top 100. Idiotic. Yeah. We got Braden Shen, though. 2 more years. Drew says, look, I don't know who to believe, but Grumpy is known to lie to make himself look better than what actually happened. I don't know. What do you mean?
Talk about fantasy. Talk about fantasy.
Got his ass kicked in fantasies. I remember.
Yeah, he said something I didn't flag.
And here's the thing:
like you benefited because you were on America time.
No. Well, you know what, Drew? I just admit I was a better general manager than you were this year. That's all you need to admit. Don't be so bitter.
I will say though, Drew, your video was very good. I liked your video.
Looked like a hostage situation to me. Freedom Fun Adventure says Gustafson, Lawrence, Wright will be one of Wright. Who's not Wright? Who's Wright? Will probably be one of those three, whichever is left. But damn, a couple of spots higher. Sunex, so scared. Game time decision. Go check with the boss, you piece of
you chicken crap. Is what Oh man.
David Shaw McDonald saying, just embrace the balding, fellas. It's over. Exactly. Nick Isle Stress says the place to go for your hair plugs is Turkey. I've heard that.
Yes.
They resort packages. Bald guys go to Turkey, fly out with a full head of lettuce.
Yeah, that is where it's where all they do all of it there is Turkey. Apparently their medical stuff is like extremely advanced. Like you can get a full like cancer screening over there for like a fraction of what it would cost here.
Wow.
Pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know what kind of films you're getting back. You could have the films from somebody else.
No, their stuff's pretty good. I've seen videos on it. It's the only reason.
Owlsman says, offer Schaefer ownership rights. Do it. Here's the thing. I like that kid so much. I don't want to see him get shackled with this organization. I want him to be successful. I'm rooting for him. I'd love to see him go to Carolina. My boy's in Carolina. How about that?
Ooh, and then win like 4 cups in a row there.
And here's the thing. Dylan Larkin's going to get traded probably, right? There's going to be a lot. The improvement of teams is not going to be through free agents this year. It's going to be through trades.
Trades, yep, exactly. That's going to be the new way to improve your team.
And that's the one good thing for the Islanders. We don't have anybody that anybody wants.
Correct.
So we can't lose those trades, really. It'd be hard. Freedom Fund Adventure says, Son X, not true. Darce stated his plans repeatedly, which is why I was stunned he did the opposite at the deadline. He said, younger, faster, harder to play against, not obtaining older assets.
So what you're saying essentially is that he's a liar.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
So what's worse? The fact what do you think is worse? The fact that he doesn't know what he's doing, or the fact that he's just straight up lying?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Then again, it comes down to the point of how can you trust this guy and give him more time then if all he's going to do is just lie about what he says he's going to do?
And let's say they start moving assets now. Okay. Then you're admitting you made a mistake, a huge mistake at the deadline. Nick Isles Stress says, I gave up on the Darche era. We're not going anywhere. Maybe you know what? Maybe he has a chance to just do a total 180 from his failure. Actually, he should do the George Costanza. Whatever he thinks he should do, just do the exact opposite, and it'll probably work out good. He is George Costanza. That's who he is. Another ball guy. George Costanza is the general manager of the Islanders. You heard it here first.
Except Darche is not a hand model.
That's true. But remember, he burned his hand.
That is true. He did burn his hand. But
Ray McKegney had the claw, but that was the puppy. Think about it. That was what a great Seinfeld episode, right?
Yes.
They had the puppy shirt and the hand model. Think about it.
In the same episode.
Ray McKegney. Grotesque claw. Good stuff.
And then Drew said he was
this ridiculous puppy shirt. You bastard. Now that I heard.
And then Drew says he was actually talking about the Father's Day thing when it came to lying. That's right, Grumpy. You lied about the Father's Day.
Did I get a gift?
Did you give me a gift to get you?
I did say to X that they have the Criterion sale coming up in July.
So I can't get that now.
And you just need to give me.
Whenever you tell me something to get you, I always get it for you. I don't know why you play these games. It makes no sense.
You need to tell me how much money you want to spend, and I'll tell you what you can get me.
Okay, I will disclose that amount to you after the podcast. Okay. All
right. Hayden says, "Go Isles." I like Hayden. He's very pro Islander.
Always positive. Always positive.
Yep. Freedom Fund Adventure says, "Grumpy, the coffee and pickles, all material you created sucks and didn't land and doesn't land.
Ooh.
Better material. If you two weren't lazy, you could go back and listen to Darche and then comment with notes."
I don't want to listen to a liar.
We don't want to listen to a liar.
Yeah. If what you said is true and, he promised all these things and didn't do it, and he's lying.
He's a liar.
Liar.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Lying
Darche.
I'm going to tell you, he does not know what he's doing. Ray Dorn says, "Let me gently remind both of you that being miserable is a choice. I didn't love the deadline moves, but they are not catastrophic. Tighten up."
Oh my God. I'm just going to put this one up right now.
McDonald says, X sounded like he's done some serious research on that anti-balding treatment.
That was funny. I have done some research.
Oh,
okay. Look at the two other people who I'm related to who are on this show. Yes, I've done.
Okay, let me tell you something. At your age, I had a full head of freaking hair.
Oh, okay.
I used to have a hairline like a damn monkey.
Oh, yeah. Never believing that.
Next. JP says, "Hey, fellas, I was out enjoying my first summer night. The entire NHL depresses me these days, especially the state of the Islanders. Hold it together, baby. Hold it together." Matthew Carbone says, "Darche has a plan. Big roster moves in the summer of 2027. No.
Hopefully the move is him to be gone.
Ooh. Isildur says, Darche made his moves already. He bet on a playoff run of some sort. I hope he learned something at least.
Learn nothing.
Who says, Grumpy, would you say my title of Darche being the worst GM in the NHL still ages well, even 2 months later? I don't know if he's the worst GM in the NHL, but he's bad.
Up there.
He's bad. He's up there. He's bottom 5.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, Liza is the only one who needs to be on the will. That's true. But here's the thing. I got to make sure that thing doesn't go into conservatorship where somebody gets to manage that. Because somehow she wouldn't get that money. She'd be like a child actor, who never sees the money because her parents stole it from her.
Oh, my God.
The Grumpy estate will be divided between Liza and Freedom.
There we go.
That bum TJ gets all the free food and babysitting and can't get his dad a gift. True. Didn't even get a card. And Doc Page did say, I got Liza, picked up a card for Liza, but I didn't pick up one for the other guy. I told him, and he didn't do it. Now, I know that Doc Page has a birthday this weekend, and he has gotten a card for that. So I'm going to say he's learned a lesson, a valuable lesson in that regard.
All right, I'm just going to say you have to admit I did ask you multiple times what you wanted.
You did, kind of. But you kind of let it
drop. My ass.
Kind of let the ball drop a little bit there.
My ass, I asked you multiple times what you want. I said,
did you get me a card? Best dad in the world, anything like that?
Cards? I never get you cards.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize you really enjoyed the cards. The only ones that you put up on the mantle are the ones that's from baby. That's
right there. I got it right there.
Mine goes directly in the trash.
And
why would I spend money on something that's just going to be thrown away?
First of all, I don't throw it away I don't throw it away immediately. And the little baby's card I got up there, and we look at it every day, and I tell her, thank you. It's the best card I've ever gotten in my whole life.
Oh, my God.
Freedom Fund Adventure says, getting rid of Dobson alone was a huge win. He sucks blows and swallowed on defense. It's not his partners, it's him. Everyone knows it. All I know is no Dobson. Statistically, Romanov, worst player in the NHL. Thank you. Worst player in the NHL. That's really going somewhere. And I'm glad we gave him that monstrous contract extension. That was real smart, Darche. Next. Romanov blows. That should be the name of the show, Romanov blows. David Shaw McDonald says, we could have had multiple first-round picks, possibly a few seconds, and as well if Darche sold Pajot, Lee, and Mayfield. This past season was supposed to be used for building a solid future. Exactly.
Yep.
And he went the exact opposite way and gutted the franchise. Hey, but we got Kyle Palmieri, 35 years old, coming back. Hey, we got 35-year-old Braden Shen going to be back next year. Hey, we got 36-year-old Anze Palat going to be here. Hey, we're probably going to have 36-year-old, 37-year-old Anders Lee coming back. Hey, we're going to have guys in their 30s like Tony D'Angelo and Scott Mayfield and Pulak and Pelech. No problem.
Maybe they just want to be – maybe they're looking to win the old-timers game every year.
I think they want to reinvent the TV show 30-something is what I think.
Oh my God.
Freedom Front Adventure says, Sonex, remember Romanov was injured in camp and never healthy. He'll be better in DeBoer's system.
As I said, I'm going to give him this year unless he gets hurt again. If he gets hurt again, then he's useless because he has no availability.
It wouldn't shock me if he gets benched or demoted in DeBoer's system because he's not capable of playing positionally sound hockey. He's not capable of it. Islesman says, I could live with Darche admitting he made an error. Every GM makes them as long as he never commits it again. Yeah, but he won't even admit that he made a mistake. That's the biggest problem. All right, X, what do you got now? David Sean McDonald says, hey, X, maybe they have a family discount pack. I could see the three of yous arguing and fighting the whole way there. Mo, Curly, and Larry style. It's funny because the warden asked because the boys have been coming over. We've been watching World Cup soccer every night over the house. And usually it starts it's usually a heated conversation.
Always. A lot of
and who's usually the one who's the problem child?
Oh, you know who okay, it's not me.
It's TJ, right? It's TJ. He's so irrational, right?
And then I have to be like, shut up, you're being loud. You're gonna wake up the warden, and then she's gonna ruin all the fun.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But the warden said, were they down here squabbling? I said, were they going crazy? I'm like, yeah, they're going crazy, but I love it. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah. David Shaw McDonald says, yeah, Grump. They all say I had a full head of bush once. Okay, I'll have to break out a picture for next show. just to show you I did. My little brownie back. Thank you so much. At least we're not Toronto. A lot of dollars went into making them contenders. Marner leaves, and they're last.
Yep.
Now, okay, do I think that the Radish deal is going to age well? Probably not. But that's the guy I forgot when I said Toronto's improved too. Radish makes them better defensively. He absolutely does.
And it's the last comment here, Grumpy.
Freedom, and thank you for my little brownie for commenting. We missed you. Freedom Fun Adventure says, now I'm pissed. Someone here overheard Grumpy got nothing for Father's Day, and she asked, should we send him something because she feels so bad for Grumpy. Now you and TJ are costing me money. There you go. There you go.
All righty. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up tonight, Grumpy?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't, from the Grumpy Old Man and Son X.
And I want to thank everybody for coming out and listening. As always, love the interaction, the comments, and we will see you guys X time, possibly on Friday.
Yeah, let's do it Friday, X.
I will shoot out a blast if we do a show on Friday on the Twitter page.
Let's get that done, X. Come on, man.
Everybody follow the Twitter page, and I'll let you know if we're doing a draft show. So,
yeah.
All right. Everybody have a good night, and thanks as always.